Hey, warriors. So, I want to tell you guys about this time recently where I caught myself doing something I never wanted to do. I realized I was projecting my own trauma onto my granddaughter. It wasn't dramatic or anything like that. It wasn't no blow up. She's only 8 years old. Um, it was just a moment, a feeling in my chest, you know, a tightening I used to feel when I was a child and adults around me were unsafe, unpredictable. And suddenly, I felt myself reacting to her like she was the problem. You know what I mean? Obviously she wasn't, Um and not anything she would have even realized at the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Um but one of those, small moments that repeats, and leaves like a long term mark, you know. Um, but it hit me, you know. I wasn't responding to my granddaughter, I was responding to my past, right? I was responding to the version of me that never got protected, that never got heard, that never got space, and I just stopped myself, took a breath, um, and asked myself one question: who am I protecting? Her or the person I used to be? But it changed a lot because, I realized I was about to pass down, the same energy I'd spent my entire life trying to break. And not because, I'm a bad person, but because that's what trauma does. It will repeat itself if nobody's there to stop and see it. You know what I mean? So instead of correcting her, instead of reacting out of fear, or making, her responsible for something she didn't cause, you know, I just softened, I grounded and responded from love instead of survival, you know. Um, but it also made me realize, all of our little pet peeves and conditionings, how much of this are we passing down to these kids that we just, you know, we think we're taking a stand to protect them and, other things. And I don't know. People need to really pay attention to why they're doing and saying the things that they are, especially when it comes to children, because, especially with my granddaughter, trust me, the last person that would do anything, you know, but we do anyways. Like I said, I caught myself doing it. But that's what stopping generational trauma looks like in real time, right? Not perfection, not ever getting triggered, but, you know, stopping mid pattern and choosing a new path on purpose, And the beautiful thing is she'll never know what I stopped. She'll just know safety. She'll just know, presence. She'll just know a love that doesn't punish her for something she didn't even do, you know? Um, but that's the point, right? We heal so they don't have to. I love you, legends.